Very good evening. Welcome back to my channel Cells of Science. So in today's class we'll be doing very important indirect and tricky questions on the periodic table, which is very important for boards of class 10 and as well as carry some importance to a chapter of class 11. So without wasting much time, let us begin with this. These kinds of questions are asked directly as 5 markers in the board exams, and it's so easy, but still we fail to answer them because of lack of curiosity first of all and lack of attention while reading the question and interpretation problems which we have. So today we'll understand how this kind of a huge question which is looking here, this own question will give us 5 out of 5 marks. Okay, so let's begin with the topic. Okay, so let's start. So the question here, let me read out the question. Atoms of 8 elements A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H have the same number of shells but differ in valence electrons. A and G combine to form an ionic compound. It is added to many daily food items and dishes. Oxides of A and B are basic in nature, while those of E and F are acidic. The oxide of D is almost neutral. Okay, that means we'll consider it to be neutral only. Answer the following. Okay, now let me just try to explain you the whole question and all the answers from this question only. The first thing I have been given are there are atoms of 8 elements, okay, A to H, and they have the same number of shells. So the first important line here is they have the same number of shells. Okay, that means they have the same period. Number of shell determines the period. That means the period of these atoms are same, but differ in the valence electrons. That means they differ in the group. That means what we can understand, same period, different group. Okay, so they have the same period and different group. यही पता है हमें. इसका मतलब these are like this: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. ग्रुप्स कितने हैं? ग्रुप 1, ग्रुप 2, ग्रुप 13. हम इनर ग्रुप 2 3 से 12 तक की बात नहीं करते हैं. ग्रुप 14, ग्रुप 15, ग्रुप 16, ग्रुप 17, ग्रुप 18. This is sure. So this we get. Now the questions, let us take a look at the question. This was just a general information. The first question here is list the group and period of each element. We have got the group. Now for the period, what do we do? Now take a look at this line. A and G combine to form an ionic compound and it is added to many daily food items and dishes. Now ionic compound, salt is an ionic compound. All the salts which we have are ionic compounds which are formed by a metal ion and a non-metal ion. And when we are talking about a salt which is added to many daily food item and dishes, that means what are we talking about? Common salt. So what is the compound of A and G? A and G form common salt. What is common salt? NaCl. That means what we can derive from here, A is Na and G is Cl. Now Na has the electronic configuration of 281. It is atomic number 11, so the electronic configuration is 281 in KLM shell, and Cl has configuration of 287 because its atomic number is 17. What are the periods of both? They have 3 shells, so what is the period? Third period. And from the question it is clear that all of them have the same number of shells. That means what is the period of all of them? The period is third period. So this is the first part, third period. Fine. So the question lines only are giving you the answers. Now we can also name 2 elements here. If they ask you, this is Na and this is Cl. ये भी हमको पता चल गया. Now next part. Next part is what kind of compound will B and F form? That means we are asking whether B and F will form an ionic compound or a covalent compound. So let us see where B is. B is here in group number 2. And where is F? F is group number 16. Now group number 2 is having 2 valence electrons. That means this is a metal. Group number 2 में metal होते हैं. Group number 16 means what is a valence electron? 6. And 6 means it's a non-metal. so non-metal. Now what kind of a compound does metal and non-metal form? Metal and non-metal will always form ionic compounds. Okay, so they form the ionic compounds. Because whenever there is a compound between a metal and non-metal, they share the charges. The metal gives the electron, non-metal takes it, and the compound is ionic. If there are two non-metals, they share the electrons and the compound is covalent. Okay, so the second part is they form ionic compound. Okay, the compound will be what? BF. BF is the ionic compound. Fine. Now coming on to the next part, part number 3. Now what is the question for part number 3? Name the metals and non-metals which are definitely guaranteed. Okay, definitely guaranteed means surely कौन से metal and non-metal है. Okay, हमें सिर्फ वही name करना है. Now for this let's come to the next line of the question. Oxides of A and B are basic in nature. What forms basic oxide? Metals form it. In your chapter of metals and non-metals you will be learning that metals form oxide which are basic. That means guaranteedly A and B are metals. Okay. Second, while those of E and F are acidic, acidic oxide guaranteedly is formed by non-metal. That means what? A and B are metals, E and F are non-metals, which is guaranteed. Okay. So metal guaranteed with metals are A and B. There can be other metals also. This is the guaranteed one they have asked. And non-metals are E and F. Okay. These are guaranteed to you. I'll again use this word. Okay. Now next part, part number 4. Name the noble gas and draw its Bohr model. Write its EC. Okay. Now Bohr model is a part of class 9. So you must have learned this in class 9. Okay. So name the noble gas is the first thing. Now noble gas always is the last member of each group. Okay. So we can get the answer directly from here. We don't need to look at the question also. The last member of each group is always a noble gas because it has a complete filled valence electron shell. So this is the noble gas. So part number 4 is noble gas is which one? Is H. Now atomic number of H, Z is how much? Group number 18, period number 3. How will we write the atomic number? Sorry, the electronic configuration. Group number 18. That means valence electrons are how much? 8. Group number is the valence electron. Now the next part is the period. What is the period? 3. 3 periods means 3 shells. This is the valence shell. Then this means the third valence shell is the M valence shell. It will also have KL. K will always have 2. L will have 8. Hence what is atomic number? 2 plus 8, that is 10 plus 8, 18. So atomic number is 18. And what is atomic number 18? This should be learned to you. It is argon. So this noble gas in the third period is argon. Okay. Again I'll repeat how I derived the electronic configuration from here. The noble gas was given in the third period and in the 18th group. 18 group means 8 valence electrons. So I write 8. Third period 3 shells. So 2, 8, 8 becomes the electronic configuration which is argon. Now draw its Bohr model. For Bohr model, nucleus, K shell, L shell, M shell. K shell has 2 electrons. L and M have 8 electrons. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will also have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is K, L, M, and this is your nucleus. Here. Fine. So this was the fourth part. Coming on to part number 5. Part number 5 is if G has 7 valence electrons and C has 3 valence electrons, write the formula of the compound. G has 7, C has 3. So formula writing. So G has 7. That means the valency of G will be what? Either 7 or 8 minus 7. 8 minus 7 is 1. It is smaller. So the valency will be 1. And C has 3. 3 ke liye valency will be 3 only. Now this trick to calculate the valency is in my video for Bohr's model, which you can watch and understand how to derive the valency from valence electrons. Either we take the valence electrons as it is, or we do 8 minus valence electrons, which one is smaller. So I have done that only. And for writing the formula, I cross multiply So this becomes G3C. Okay, is that fine? But there is one error here. C is a metal, which can be observed here. Group number 13 is always a metal, whereas G is group number 17, and group number 17 is a non-metal. Okay, group number 17 is a non-metal, always halogen group. So I always write in the formula writing, we always write the metal before the non-metal. So I'll write this formula as Cg3. This is the correct answer, because always in formula writing the metal is before the non-metal, and this will be provided as well in the question. So Cg3 is the answer. Now what people actually do is from this the question, they derive what is C, they derive what is G, they name the element, and they write the formula of the actual compound. But don't do that. You have been asked for C and G, so write it in terms of C and G only. Okay. Now let's move forward to the next part. Next part is name A and write its reaction with chlorine. Okay. Now I have been asked the name of A. Name of A I had already done, because it forms the sodium chloride. So A will be sodium. Third period, first group element is sodium. Okay, and I have to write the reaction with chlorine. So part is A is your Na, sodium, and Na plus Cl2 will give you NaCl. Sodium and chlorine give the sodium chloride, which is your common salt. Okay. Now what is important here is the equation is not balanced, so we need to balance it. There are two chlorines, so 2 I add here, because chlorine has to be 2. So sodium here becomes 2, I add a 2 here, and the equation becomes balanced. Okay, it's very important in class 10 level to balance the equations. Now moving on to the last part. State the law and name the scientist who gave this model of the periodic table. Which model have I been talking about? Is it the Mendeleev model? No, it is the modern periodic table. So the modern periodic table was given by Henry Moseley. Okay, so scientist is Henry Moseley. And what is the law I am asked about? The modern periodic law, that states the properties of an element are the periodic function of its atomic number. So I will not be writing it. Properties of elements are based on the atomic number. That's what Henry Moseley gave in his modern periodic law. So you have been asked to write that law. Okay, so atomic number, that's the basis. Fine. This was about question number 1. Okay, so in the next part, I'll give you, the next video will be a continuation of this topic, where I'll give you further questions on the basis of this chapter. So till then, keep watching and keep studying. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe.